Imaging is the most powerful thing. The power of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eye, and the pride of life. These principles, and that's why the scriptures are so awesome in that it gives you principles that if you live by those principles, no matter where you are in your walk, in your life, you can assess and begin to have control over your consumption. Because when you're in these societies, you can't avoid certain things. So we understand. That's what I always tell my daughter. You can't avoid not using the internet. But I want to see if you have the ability to maintain and exactly. So then it doesn't make them feel like, oh, see, I can't. That's too extreme. How am I supposed to get in contact with my friends? How am I going to know about this? How am I going to know about that? Okay, you can know about these things, but I need to always do a heat check to make sure that it's not consuming you. Because once it begins to consume you, then you lose control, and now you just become a product.
There you go.
Become a consumer. You're no longer a human being anymore. You are now just there to be consumed and to consume. Because you have to remember, the base was, first of all, our ancestors were producing off the land, creating. And then over time, the thought process was, well, let's not just have them consume or create it, but let's have them consume what they create as well, and we'll be the ones running it. So that is the model through the way things are being done. So how do you take that model and begin to, as the Savior would say, be in but not of, right? Parallel is the term I like to use. Parallel it. You don't have to go off into a cave. I'm not saying that that's not a way to do it, because there are some times and times coming where that's coming. So I leave that there for right now. We'll get into that cyclical sowing and reaping that we talked about a couple of episodes ago, where things, as it continues to compound, he said, when you see these things, it's not the end yet, but start getting ready. It's just like when it starts getting cold, you see in the leaves drop, there's signs of the times. So when you understand the signs of the times, you know how to get ready. You start to prepare a little bit more. You should start saving water. Is that being extreme? No, I'm just keeping it just in case, because things are beginning to shift in a way where you already seen what COVID already gave you a warning sign. It's almost like we used to do these fire drills when we were younger. You remember, they like, we're going to go outside. Like, I don't feel like going outside, because you got to sit outside, right? But then when a real fire broke out,
you was ready. Hopefully you were ready.
Hopefully you were ready. So all of these things that we're talking about is to try to get us prepared to begin to think a certain way, to become sensitized and have an awareness.